What is up, guys and gals? Welcome to episode number 161 of the Nonsense Review. That's right, it's the same number as the year that Liu Bei was born.
Okay, well, you warned me that there'd be a lot of Three Kingdoms trivia in these numbers, but here we go.
I did, and don't worry, once we get to the 200s, there'll be a lot of deaths. But yes, I'm your host as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hello, everybody.
Today we're doing something rather recent, something I've been wanting to watch for a while, so now that we're getting it over and done with for the podcast, I can then just binge it.
Yeah, absolutely.
For those of you who aren't aware, we're watching X-Men 97 today. It's got a heavy burden to bear because they are following on from the 90s cartoon of the X-Men, which was near and dear to many a person's heart, including myself, and I didn't even watch the entire thing.
Yeah, totally. Same. I didn't have Fox Kids until I was quite a bit older. I didn't actually get to watch a lot of X-Men original, but still, it's something that takes a place in our hearts.
Those of you familiar with the show probably already know, but for those of you who are new, we like to talk about our weeks and the goings-on in the wide universe just before we get into the meat of things. So, with that in mind, Rick, how's your week been, buddy?
So, the Yokohama Gundam is no more.
I saw this. It was actually rather sad.
It is. So, it's been stood for 3 years.
It did outlive its expectancy. They did only expect it to be like a 6-month expedition.
Yeah, but it's being taken down. It's not even, like, in disrepair or anything. It's just being taken down. Like, they don't want it up there no more. Another thing, Embracer Group is now selling off a bunch of game companies that they bought over the past couple of years.
Yeah, this one fucks me off a little bit because they were buying up individual just games and then studios as well, and in hindsight, it makes even less sense, and it didn't make a lot of sense to begin with.
Yeah, they were just doing it for a portfolio, thinking that, oh, well, it works for people with sports teams, why don't we do it with games? And now that they own a bunch of things that haven't made money in a while, they're deciding, oh, wait, no, yeah, let's sell them.
Bad analogy, Rick, because sports teams in general don't really make money.
Well, sports teams are worth money, and people that buy them take out loans against the sports team, which then puts the sports team into massive debt. So even if the sports team is profitable, they can still be worth like a colossal negative.
But they're not profitable. Even disregarding that, they're not profitable. Even if you've got the only top flight team that wins every contest, it's not making money. It is a rich man's plaything.
Well, okay.
I'm not quoting myself here. I don't own a football team. I'm quoting Theo Pafitis, who bought Millwall and then sold Millwall a season later because went, you can't make money with this.
Yeah, fair enough. Lemonade has been released.
What does this mean, Rick?
It is a 3DS emulator that isn't Citra. Citra being owned by the Yuzu team.
That's a cute fucking piss take name then.
Yeah. I've not used it, I've not downloaded it, but apparently it's out now.
Oh, I'm definitely going to look into it because I love the 3DS Fire Emblem games. I really do. My 3DS is dying.
Yeah, I also don't know where my charger is for my 3DS, so even if I do find my 3DS, I don't know where the charger is.
Well, Rick,
so...
why don't you just go to CEX and pay £60 for just a charger?
Oh, no. Last bit of world news, the Suicide Squad isekai anime looks fucking dope.
Those are words that shouldn't be said in that order, Rick. What are you talking about?
The way I found out how it looks fucking dope is that Callie is singing the ending theme, and for her birthday stream, she showed a bit of a sizzle reel, and Harley calls the Joker Pudding Chan.
You haven't actually told me anything about the anime and what makes it isekai.
They get isekai'd into different worlds and get to do Suicide Squad stuff in different worlds.
Oh.
Yep.
Could you tell from my tone how much that premise deflated me?
Yeah, like from what I remember, there's like Harley hitting a princess over the head with a baseball bat.
Yeah, I've stopped caring, Rick. It's all good.
Yep, okay.
I'm glad you're excited. I couldn't give a fuck.
The interpose of World and Me, it's the new isekai season, and Konosuba is the one that is very definitely the one that's out in front. It's the only anime that I've ever physically laughed out loud at.
Fair enough, man. I only know Konosuba because of the copious amount of porn that just bleeds into every subreddit.
True enough.
I know Darkness's name because she's apparently a huge masochist, and that's about it.
Yeah. And lastly, Kung Fu Panda 4 was a bit of fun.
Oh, you watched it, did you?
Yeah, we did. The new character is Awkwafina, and her voice seems to be showing up in a lot of things these days.
Who's Awkwafina?
She is a comedian, actress, and voice actress. Again, she pops up in a lot of things. She was in Renfield.
No, that's absolutely fine. It's just you said the name, and I generally couldn't tell if you were saying a real person or a character in the movie.
Yeah, she's got a human name, but she chose the name of a brand of water, and she was like, okay, cool, I'm going to use that as my stage name and make it awkward.
No, that's absolutely fair. I'm not knocking it. I just, again, I don't know who the person is, so therefore I was confused as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, she's the new sidekick. It was generally a bit of fun. We got to see the two dads doing two dad things.
I did see a compilation on Twitter of the two dads bickering like an old married couple.
They are. It's great. This one is all about Poe having to let go and find the new apprentice to be the next dragon warrior.
Oh, alright, yeah, sure, because that's meant to happen once every fucking YZ years. I've never watched a Kung Fu Panda film, guys.
Yeah, that's enough of basically the entire plot. How about you? How's your week been? And what have you seen out in the wide, wide world?
I also watched a movie, Rick. Can you guess which one?
Yes, it's the one that I have not watched the ones before of, so I didn't go and watch with my folks.
Godzilla Kong New Empire. I went to see this with a mutual buddy of ours who has not seen Godzilla vs. Kong, and the first thing he said to me when the film started was, "Did I miss a movie?" And I went, "Yeah, you did." I don't blame you. It came out during COVID. I had to watch it via Amazon Prime.
Fair enough.
This movie's so fucking good. I didn't think it was going to top Godzilla Kong, and yet it did in almost every way. I liked Kong's story. I liked Godzilla's story. I liked the human story.
Good shit. Yeah, liking the human story is normally the normally the difficult one.
Well, specifically in the legendary monsterverse they've had going on, the human story has been rather weak until Godzilla Kong. I think in importing the Kong humans into the Godzilla verse was the best thing they did because they are miles more interesting.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
But yeah, I'll just list off a quick couple of highlights from the movie. It won't spoil any plot. This movie is a King Kong movie guest starring Godzilla. Godzilla is treated like Broly.
Okay.
For the entire movie, they track Godzilla. Godzilla kills a Cthulhu-looking crab monster very early on, and then sleeps for most of the film, until he fucks off and murks Tiamat in about 2 seconds. He then absorbs a bunch of energy, and that's why he's purple now. And by the way, he's a god king from space and will destroy everyone.
Yes, I saw his mohawk on the poster.
Mohawk?
Yeah, he's got the fins are what turned the purplest, so it looks like he's got a punk mohawk.
Oh, okay. I never really associate with a mohawk, but fair enough. The two moments I'm just going to highlight were during two of the fights specifically. There's a moment where King Kong finds a bunch of other giant gorillas, and he stops one gorilla from beating up another one, which pisses off the other gorilla. The gorilla gets in his face and is making all the noises and fucking puffing out his chest and like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you," but in gorilla talk. And it's the most badass thing you can ever have a character do. And that is, it just zooms in on King Kong, who's just like, "Really? We're doing this?" And then he just fucking knocks him out in one punch. It's so satisfying.
There's nothing more satisfying for defeating a grandstander than a single punch.
Scar King is a fucking anime villain.
Okay.
When Scar King first fights King Kong, it is a very dexterity versus strength matchup.
Okay.
Scar King has a whip.
Sure.
He uses it like a whip, and it's got a dagger on the end that controls the evil Shifu type monster. I've forgotten the fucking thing's name. It's not important. He holds his whip and does a stance like, you know, you get that anime fuckhead villain who's got a dagger?
Yeah, where they lick the dagger.
Yeah, he stands like that, where he's like all fucking cocky, and it's so cool. Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and the last thing I want to mention is Godzilla does a fucking suplex, so I'm happy and can die in peace. I just want to repeat for anyone in the back who's not listening, Godzilla suplexes King Kong, and it's played completely seriously. But yeah, once Godzilla... that's... Okay, this is actually the last thing. Scar King's gimmick is because he's got a whip made of bone, King Kong will grab the whip as he's being whipped, but then he just yanks it and it cuts his paw open, and it fucks King Kong up real bad. That's why he gets the fucking robot punching hand. But he does it later on against Godzilla, because Godzilla catches it in his teeth, so Scar King just yanks his chain, and I just almost came in my seat, because it just doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bit of a difference between trying to shred flesh versus shredding teeth. Whoever
choreographed the kaiju fight scenes in this movie deserves a fucking medal, because it was epic, and I don't use that word lightly.
Yeah. In fact, yeah, I think I've heard you say it, Matt, but I can count the number of times you said it to me on one hand and have fingers to spare.
Right, you ready for some news?
Let's go.
Botswana has threatened to send 20,000 elephants to Germany.
What?
Do you want me to repeat that?
I'm just processing it. Like, context?
Okay, so Germany has super strict trophy hunting laws, and they are set to get stricter, which means, I forget if he's a prime minister or a president, but the leader of Botswana has said, "Hey, motherfuckers, we have an elephant problem in our country. If you make it difficult for hunters to bring their trophies back with them, we can't kill the elephants quick enough." Now, I want to point something out here. Germany's laws are to try and put a stop to illegal poaching. No one's going to deny that that is a good thing. However, in Botswana in particular, there are too many elephants. They don't just kill the elephants for fun. They sell a certain amount of licenses to legally kill elephants, which is where you get fucking rich Americans and stuff, and rich Germans, rich Europeans, rich Asians, flying to Botswana just so they can say, "I killed an elephant, ha ha ha." And
yeah.
yes, it doesn't look good on paper, but you've got to bear in mind, in Botswana, elephants are a bit of a pest, and unlike mice, they can trample your house.
Yes. You can't just catch one in a trap and chuck it over the garden fence.
And it's also a very important part of their economy. Now, I understand why the representative of Botswana is upset by this, but I also understand why Germany is putting in the law. It's a very delicate tightrope that needs to be walked, because, yeah, illegal poaching's fucked. Some people don't agree with legal hunting, but legal hunting is a lot more monitored, and usually for a better cause than I need that ivory because I want to grind it up and make my pee-pee go hard.
Or I want to make a new piano and I don't want to use the plastic.
So yeah, it's a funny headline. It's a very difficult situation to... one news story doesn't give you the full context, unfortunately, and if you want to know more, you're going to have to dig into this, but that is the barest of bones crux of the argument that's going on between Botswana and Germany right now.
Yeah. Well, to wit, I was completely floored by the... by the headline.
Yeah, so what actually happened is the representative of Botswana said, "We'll ship 20,000 elephants, live elephants, to Germany and see how you like having elephants trample over your shit." That was basically the crux of it. Now, the person in question insisted they were serious, but it's almost certainly hyperbolic.
Totally. Yeah, totally.
Rick, Julia Garner has joined the cast of the Fantastic Four.
Has she indeed?
I don't know who Julia Garner is. I'm not that bothered. More importantly, she's been cast as the Silver Surfer, which, fuck me, that's an early point to put the Silver Surfer in.
Yeah, it depends what they're actually doing with it. She might just be showing up, and the whole point of being the Herald of Galactus is that they appear before Galactus. So maybe she shows up, and then Galactus shows up in the next movie. So she might be the Stinger. We don't know.
Yeah, but why would you announce it if she's the Stinger? I'm just saying, that makes no sense. If you're going to cast a character who's a pretty fucking big deal in the comic books, and you're only going to have them appear for like 2 minutes at the end of your movie, why would you make a big hullabaloo about announcing it? You wouldn't.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm hella curious to see what this actually means. There's the usual man baby crying because woman playing blah blah blah, and it's like the Silver Surfer is very gender neutral at best. I'm not wrong. They've been fucking everything on the spectrum.
Yeah. I just looked her up, and the only thing that I can that I can see from her filmography is The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is something that I've only heard of it. I've not read, I've not watched it or anything, but the rest of it is stuff that I've just never watched at all.
Well, like I said, I'm not familiar with the actress. I just I'm more interested in the fact that fuck me, they've cast the Silver Surfer and the film for the first Fantastic Four. Like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe they're hopping over Doctor Doom for now. It's really unclear. I hope they don't. Doctor Doom's cool.
Yes, he is.
Doctor Doom can be a Thanos level threat if they cared enough.
Yes, or rather, if Doctor Doom cares enough.
Rick, this isn't a wrestling podcast.
Let's see what's happened.
Nothing's happened, but by the time this podcast comes out, something will have happened. It is WrestleMania weekend for WrestleMania 40. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not sending WWE my money anymore. I am a little bit annoyed because I'm really curious to see how Cody Rhodes' story, quote-unquote, ends. But, I'm not giving them money. I just feel like it's important for the people watching who know I'm a wrestling fan to know. I know it's WrestleMania 40. I know it's a big deal. No, I'm not watching it. I'm sure something exciting will happen on the weekend for wrestling fans.
Sure.
So, with that in mind, Rick, we've already touched upon it. We're going to watch X-Men 97. So, I'm going to throw it over to you to do your intro spiel.
Yeah, it's X-Men 97 on Disney+. Season 1, Episode 1. To Me, My X-Men. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Yeah, so this is meant to be continuing straight from the 90s cartoon. Which is interesting, because I don't know how that ended, because I'm pretty sure I didn't watch the final episode of it.
Yeah, ditto.
Oh, they've changed the
doing
theme.
the old... Yeah, they've reanimated the original intro.
Does the film sound a bit... Oh, never mind. They got the guitar in and it sounds fine.
Yeah, it's the synth guitar and everything.
For those of you wondering why I was shouting then, it's because my audio was far too loud. What the fuck? I thought Morph was dead.
Yeah, Morph's now in the main cast, I guess.
But he's dead.
Yeah, fair enough.
I guess he's not dead. Oh, Bishop's in the main intro too. Okay, this is going to be the weirdest complaint ever. At least in the intro, the animation's far too smooth.
Huh.
Oh, that was Mephisto. Mind you, it's interesting that Professor X is in the intro, because he's definitely dead.
Yeah. They might be doing something similar to what they do in the movies.
Maybe so.
They put his head into his decerebrate twin brother's body.
Oh.
Oh, okay, they're dealing with it right now.
He's dead! I'm sorry, fucking Feige is even an executive producer on this.
Huh? Yeah.
Wow, that's a dangerous precedent, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, man.
I mean, to be fair, a second ago they were just saying 10 grand per head, so you know.
Yeah, it would have been about cash for most people, but this guy's obviously a massive supremacist.
Oh, no! Oh, that's so uncomfortable! Hopefully that is Storm approaching, and Storm is a big deal, and all these people will die.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, that's what those are. I absolutely adore how in the old cartoon, Storm didn't fucking hold a thing back. It's just like, I am a god! Bow, bitches!
Yeah. Like, possibly the most versatile and powerful of the mutants.
Don't worry, Jubilee, I will make a snow globe. You know what? I can't even remember what Bishop's power is. Because he's always shooting people.
Yeah, and even in the... Oh, okay, apparently you can just absorb energy and deal it back. Because he did just get shot by one of the Sentinel blasters and just blast it back.
Eh. See, here's the thing. Hey. Cyclops is such a fucking Boy Scout, but, boy, is his power actually pretty cool.
It is. Although it's with one of the more horrifying side effects. You know, not counting Rogue.
Oh, yeah. But thankfully, that side effect is very easily nullified.
Yeah, he puts his glasses on.
Yeah.
Whereas with Rogue, yeah, you just have to not touch any living thing ever again.
Like, listen, I'll give Cyclops shit all day, every day. Because the old joke goes, Cyclops is no one's favourite X-Man. But, yeah. You know, at least he ain't Wonder Man.
Yeah. Man, he's not even Jean Grey's favourite X-Man.
Yeah, he is. Oh, you don't want to take his visor. You know what? Cyclops just showed more character in that 10 seconds than he did in a lot of comic book runs.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh my god! Gambit, what have they done to you, my boy?
Oh no, he's hot!
Oh, he was already hot.
Yeah, yeah.
Rogue does sound a bit off.
She does a bit.
That's Morph being a dick.
Yeah.
I still remember the end of like the first 2 episodes where Wolverine fucking kills a motherfucking Sentinel and just goes, "This one's for you, Morph."
He's a pretty good card as well.
He had a little bit less of a chameleon-esque face in the original.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Gene's preggers.
Yeah, apparently.
Hey, fuck you, don't knock Cajun cooking.
No, no, especially not beignets.
Who needs to be a role... Gambit's like, I don't need to be a role model, I am hot.
Yeah.
How many teenagers has he impregnated this morning?
Although it would be a bit of a problem if he does the angry Spider-Man.
Why?
Well, because that includes
no,
throwing
why
something.
did you bring it up is my point, not fucking... Oh, cool, they've made Jubilee look more fucking, Asian.
Yeah, East Asian, yeah.
Because she doesn't look Asian at all in the 90s cartoon, despite them making it a crucial part of her background.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Bishop is kind of half Cable.
Oh, Bishop was basically Cable before Cable, because Bishop came first to me.
Sure.
Yeah, I can't remember whose kid he is. He is someone's kid, and that's why he went back in time to join up with the X-Men. Storm does not mince words.
No, she don't.
Fucking I guess it's set in the 90s. But, yuppie. Fuck me, do the kids know what the word yuppie means?
To be honest, I only learned about yuppie from Only Fools and Horses.
I got it from Harry Enfield, so not a million miles away.
Yeah, yeah. Again, stuff that happened in the 90s.
Well, the mercenary folk said that he had a devastating power, right? So...
But he's not the guy who kills everything in the 100-mile radius.
Well...
Because otherwise he would have done it.
Oh! Oh, that voice don't sound quite right.
No, it don't. Yeah, it don't sound right. But, oh well.
It's fine. It just doesn't sound right. None of the voices sound quite right. Cyclops and Jean Grey both sound fine. Beast sounded fine. Gambit sounded actually fine. I guess it's just Rogue and Wolverine at the moment.
So far, yeah.
It's been so long since I've heard Morph speak. It could be good, it could be shit, I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, Bolivar Trask.
Hey, it's Peter Dinklage, right?
Yeah, it's Peter Dinklage.
I know. I'd stopped watching the X-Men movies by the time he signed on to the project.
Yeah. I think I've actually watched them all.
Yeah, fair do, fair do.
Can't fucking remember most of what happens, but oh well.
So you might as well have not bothered watching them.
Yeah. Takes a lot of stamina to be able to give a presentation while on a treadmill.
Yeah. Okay, you've always got this person when someone dies. It's like, why are people having fun? Yeah, you know? It's a natural response to have, but boy, is it a fucking downer. And sometimes it's infectious.
It is. Like the whole, everyone else is not sad when I'm sad.
Oh, yes, you fucking did.
Literally.
It's why people prefer Wolverine.
Yeah.
Cyclops is a good leader, but he is such a Boy Scout leader.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting, not a daughter.
Yeah.
Well, that's bad timing, isn't it?
Yeah. On the plus side, they didn't actually damage the picture, just the glass.
True.
Glass, sorry.
Okay, that's why I think of him as a Boy Scout.
Yeah. Because Wolverine just literally calls him one.
Fucking hell, Wolverine! I like how Morph is like, I've got to put on my fucking face because we're round people.
Yeah. I just got to look like a regular human.
Like, if you can look however you want, would you not be hot?
Yeah.
She's looking at all the people touching and wishing she could touch. Yep.
Yeah.
It's pretty much been her deal. I wonder why. It's genuinely unclear. Like, it's one of those weird things where how much of Gambit's feelings are just forbidden fruit, innit?
I mean, quite a lot of it, I think.
Oh, Morph, you're such a dick. I love you. Oh, like, shapeshifters who abuse their abilities just to be a dick are one of my top 3 genders.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Mr. Nazi Man.
Like, no need to sugarcoat it. That's what they are.
Yeah.
I just nearly died, but I got glow sticks.
I joke, but a lot of lads our age would actually do that.
Yeah.
Well, not our age, but when I was that age.
It's one of those things, man. There's no age limit to a nightclub, but if you're over the age of 35, you will get looks.
Yeah.
What the fuck does FOH stand for? Because it can't be good, right?
I don't know. Federation of Haters? I don't know.
Here's the problem with these types of people, is they don't think they're hating.
Hmm.
Look at this Norman Osborn looking fuck.
Oh, yeah, like specifically animated Norman Osborn. Like, he was a ginger back then as well, wasn't he?
So, we were quiet during that.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
It is. It is.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Any psycho can use it.
Mind crush! Wouldn't it be tempting?
Mmm. Yeah, so now someone's fucking with her. Oh, he's got a little X-Men thing. That baby looks like 40 years old.
Dude, it's in her head.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the fuck Master Mold is. Oh, that was a lot of graves.
Yeah, I think Master Mold is a like a sentient sentinel factory.
Okay. The Sahara Desert is one of those fun places, because he's just saying, we're going to go to the desert. Why is it called that? You'll see.
Yeah, it's the biggest one. Unless you count Antarctica.
It's not the biggest desert, no, because Antarctica is, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't expecting a sentinel attack.
No, neither was I.
The blackbird very rarely gets attacked.
Yeah. It's like attacking someone in the middle of a transformation sequence. You just don't do it. It's not done. It's not cricket.
Yeah. Man, I didn't even think Morph could just transform into something with wings and that would work.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I'm going to assume he has a fucking parachute or some kind.
Either that or he's going to use the negative force of blasting to slow himself down.
I'm so bothered you're right, because that shouldn't work.
Yeah.
I'm bothered. It looked cool, but I'm bothered. It's so dumb. Oh, title drop.
Yeah, there's your shot.
Oh, and the little fucking intro twang.
Yeah.
All fucking tough, innit? Oh, God. Like, they were never subtle, but for fuck's sake, they're so not subtle at all now, are they?
Yeah. Oh, these ones are actually necromancer ones.
They're robots, so therefore, you know. Oh, God, I love this music so much.
Yeah, where you get to see the X-Men kick ass. Heads up.
Like, of all the people who beat the fuck out of Sentinels, Beast and Wolverine are the most impressive, because they're just fucking brute forcing that shit.
Yeah, they're just dudes. Like, yeah, Wolverine is damn near invincible. Oh, hello.
Yeah, but everyone seems to forget that Beast is super smart.
Yeah.
Okay, Bishop's also pretty impressive. I know he's got a future gun, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, Wolverine just goes full berserker. And then you've got fucking, compare that to Cyclops, who just has to turn his visor up by 2 degrees and he can one-hit kill these fucks.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that Storm wasn't here.
Yeah, me either.
Did you just hear that? Omega level threat.
Yep.
I'm so glad they're giving Storm the fucking respect she deserves.
Yeah, she's just glassing the desert.
Bear in mind, in this continuality, she was the High Priestess / is the High Priestess of Wakanda. Why is she the High Priestess? 'Cause she's God. Fucking A. I'm gonna guess Traska's gone inside that, right?
I'm assuming so.
I wasn't... that's so cool! I was about to go on a spiel on how dumb that looked, and then they completely fucking... Oh!
And even if they explode, they're still adamantine.
And who cares if Wolverine loses a hand? It'll grow back in 2 seconds.
Yeah, Morph using blob powers to give him a trampoline.
That's pretty cool. They didn't used to do that in the old cartoon, I don't think, where you could see Scott's eyes beneath the visor.
No. I don't think they had the animation techniques to do that back then.
Oh, Jubilee had a rough fucking first night.
She did. And we watched it.
Yeah. Well, we watched half of it.
Oh, yeah, because it was a two-parter, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The one gear is turning, isn't it?
Yeah. That's some fucking bullshit level power, son.
Yeah, Sunspot.
Like, I can hear the bucket of water drop.
Yeah, sizzle.
Oh my god, Jean Grey looks good in a ref uniform.
Yeah.
It's interesting that he's got the visor on. I guess it won't get knocked off his head during the sport. I guess that's the logic.
Yeah, he used the visor rather than the glasses.
He accidentally got tackled a little bit too hard, glasses came off, and he shot Wolverine in half. We kind of know it's going to be Magneto, surely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be. Mm-hmm.
Now, the only reason why I said that is because I was about to say we saw the synopsis for the next episode, so... Oh god, he's hot!
Yeah. He looks like Manfred von Karma.
God,
I like the little touch that they only animated the metal corners being controlled.
I get you. Yeah. I didn't quite catch it because it was gone by the time he said it, but I'll trust that was what was happening. Oh, that's a funny joke.
Yeah.
Oh.
It belongs to me, my X-Men.
Oh god, they've even doing the old style fucking outro.
Yeah, except the CGI is a bit better this time.
Oh yeah, miles better. Oh god, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't got much to say. I'm just kind of getting a nostalgia boner right now.
Yeah.
I like the interesting addition to Morph that they are actually identified as there this time.
Yeah. That's a nice little touch.
It's something I've always argued for, that if you're a fucking shapeshifter, like, your default gender is... You could be whatever the fuck you want to be, like, that's neither here nor there, but, like, technically you should be most comfortable with they, because that's what you are in your default form. You're very flexible.
Well, it depends. Like, some people really definitely want a form that is one way or the other.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying, like, it could be one way or the other. But like, I like it when the default is I'm they, because I could be whatever the fuck I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, your point. Sorry, go on.
Well, it's just it depends when you get your shapeshifter powers. Like, if you have an established identity before that, it's normally you keep the original identity as your base form.
Yeah, sure. With mutants in the X-Men, you tend to be born with your power.
Well, you normally get them mostly around puberty, don't you?
It depends what type of power you have. If you've got a power that affects the way you look, usually it's your
Oh, yeah.
Because otherwise you hit puberty and all of a sudden your face melts off and it's like, oh god! But, yeah.
Let's stop it from going next episode.
I don't think it's going to let me.
Mine let me.
Oh, so did mine. It was just being weird for some reason. But yeah.
Yeah, it went to the corner twice.
Wolverine. I say Wolverine because he's the main example, but they're a bit loosey-goosey with their term of what actually counts as a mutant, because not all mutants are natural mutants.
Mm.
Here's the thing. Wolverine had his regeneration powers anyway, if I recall. There's been like 7 different origins, so if I'm wrong, feel free to shout at me. I'm not going to be hurt by that. The only thing that he had done to him by the government was the adamantine skeleton.
Yeah, so which includes over the claws, which he has bone claws underneath that.
Yeah.
So Wolverine and Sabretooth both have regeneration, both have bestial claws. It's just that Sabretooth's are just his normal nails.
And, Deadpool is classed as a mutant, despite very definitely being granted his powers by a bullshit experiment.
Yeah, so he's an infused mutant.
Yeah. Like I said, it's loosey-goosey. And it's one of those where it kind of makes sense in universe as well, because people don't give a fuck how you got your powers. It's just like, you've got a weird power, you're a mutant. Spider-Man gets accused of being a mutant all the time, despite not being a mutant.
Yeah, because he didn't get it from a mutant blood transfusion.
Well, even I'd argue Deadpool's not even a mutant, technically, because, it was bullshit science fuckery. Spider-Man's not a mutant, he got bitten by a radioactive spider. But if he's in an X-Men comic, people will shout at him for being a mutie, because they're like, you're a mutant, get away from us. And it's like, scary. And yeah, that was a good first episode, I think.
Yeah, it was. It's got me hooked for more.
Oh, yeah. We both said before this started, the premise of the next episode seems a lot more exciting, because it just says Magneto stands trial before the UN.
Yeah. This one was a good, introductory first episode that essentially passes off the threat from the Sentinels. Okay, they're not a threat, but they're not the active threat right now to, what the fuck is Magneto going to do right now?
Yeah, it's one of those where I'll go ahead and say it. We can't say this for definite because we're both at least passingly familiar with the OG series. But I think the intention, especially of this first episode, is a launching off point for people who just want to dive straight in, because I think you could watch this without watching any of the previous cartoon.
Yeah, they did a lot of name dropping early on, which is quite common for a 90s cartoon.
This is going to be the weirdest complaint ever, but boy was the animation too smooth in points.
It is a weird complaint, but yeah, if you're trying to recreate classic jank, then you have to have the classic jank. Yeah.
Oh goodness. Let's get to the meat of things, Rick. Did I already ask you what you think?
Not really, but it's kind of, we've just kind of been talking about it. We both enjoyed it. I liked it. And again, I'm hungry a bit for more. Anything that you'd like to add on what you think?
Action scenes are great.
Yeah.
Exposition was pretty decent.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about another thing because it's going to be my favourite moment. So with that in mind, Rick, what is your favourite moment?
The theme tune kicked in just as all of the dead Sentinels started getting technomancied.
Yeah, we like to use the technical term of when shit goes down.
Yeah. When, basically, when the episode came to a head. Yeah, I thought that was a great moment, and it just continued being great, but the beginning of it was what really hit hardest. So yeah, how about you? What was your favourite moment?
My favourite moment, because it made me so goddamn uncomfortable, was the initial interview that Scott and Storm were doing to, I've forgotten the dickhead's name, but Charles Xavier's killer, where, we shut the fuck up during during his entire little monologue, where he was using all of these weirdly specific ways of talking, and I think the nail in the coffin for me was where he says, "You're in vogue, Storm."
Yeah.
Look at my mutant best friend. Now, honestly, again, I've said it 5 times throughout the episode. I'm going to say it again. Change the word mutant to pick minority of choice, and
yes.
Everything becomes 10 times more uncomfortable. And yeah, it's not difficult to read between those lines. X-Men has always been an analogy for pick your ism.
Yes. Or pick your ism or your phobia.
Discrimination, in general. I think it's very overtly, obviously, racism is the big one. But, again, it's all just here's an arbitrary thing that makes you different from me, therefore I hate you, you know?
Yeah, totally.
And, even beyond that, he said something along the lines of, and I can't remember the exact quote, I apologise, "We'll put on a show of tolerating you, but behind the scenes, we're gearing up to get rid of you."
Yeah, because tolerance for us is extinction, he says, I think.
If you've ever watched or read any X-Men comic, and it shouldn't be the point, but it's the point I'll throw because it's the only point that people with that mindset will have. The mutants are never the ones to throw the first punch.
Well, except Magneto's.
Magneto didn't even throw the first punch.
Yeah. Like, he didn't throw any punches this time.
Magneto saw mutants getting persecuted and gets mega PTSD to when he was rounded up and put into an execution camp and said, never again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, sorry, I got a little bit angry there, but it's it's one of those, man. Oh, goodness, I'm mad. Rick, weakest link.
Just a couple of the voices that weren't quite perfect. Wolverine is the one that sticks out possibly the most from that.
Yeah. Because I've played Midnight Suns not too long ago, Rick, and I've mentioned that on the podcast. I gave it a lot of praise. Why didn't they just get that guy?
Yeah. Just, it's quite easy to do. Well, okay, I'm going to say it's quite easy to do, because obviously it wasn't. It feels like you can get any one of 100 voice actors who can do a decent enough Wolverine. And this was decent enough, I guess, but it just wasn't our Wolverine.
It didn't sound gruff enough, and I don't want to give the VA too much shit, because it didn't make or break the cartoon, and it was fine. But the first time I heard it, my instant reaction, and I think yours as well, Rick, was just, that doesn't quite sound like Wolverine.
Yeah. Rogue was the other one that was a bit like that, but it was she had less lines.
Well, here's the thing, is I very quickly stopped caring because she blended in very easily once they got to the nightclub. It was just like, yeah, that's Rogue, that's fine. I even got that way with Wolverine. It really isn't a big deal. It's just, if we're going to point to something that took us out, it was those two speaking for the first time.
Yeah, again, it's a nitpick. We have to pick nits with things that we like as well. So, how about you? What was your weakest link?
I think the initial encounter was a bit odd. I understand why they did it the way they did, and they even hammer it home by the end of the episode with Jubilee saying, hey, that pretty much happened to me. It's like poetry, it rhymes. I get it.
Yeah.
They might have been a thing in the original cartoon, and I've just forgotten. I don't know what the FOM's deal is. I think they're just a standing for insert racial hate group. We can't give them red hats, but we wanted to.
Yeah. They definitely gave him a hat.
Like, for real. Like, FOM has to be a slogan. It has to be a some sort of rip on Make America Great Again, right?
Yeah, I think it's FOH, but yeah.
FOH. Freedom of Humanity? I don't know. It's going to be something dumb.
Yeah, I came up with Federation of Hatred, but yeah, you... You said that they don't see themselves as hating, you see themselves as protecting their own interests.
It's such a weird thing when it comes to racist, homophobe, insert whatever the fuck. It's always like, I don't hate them, I just...
want them to be elsewhere.
They're different to me and they don't belong near me. They don't deserve to feel safe because I feel unsafe around them because I don't understand them. And that's being a generous fucking take, because most of them are just hatred, little bigoted balls of spite that deserve nothing but the chop. They don't deserve a place in civilized society. The bigots, not the people they're being bigoted to. Just to make that crystal fucking clear.
Yeah. So, you go to the extremes where these guys literally want them dead and are quite happy to give them to someone who will just use them as target practice.
Like, that's what they claimed.
That's what they claimed.
You know, it's... let's end on something hopefully a bit more pleasant, shall we say? Who's your MVP, Rick?
I'm going to go with Morph, because he showed his powers very... Are you picking him as well?
No, I'm laughing because as soon as you said Morph and then started talking, I'm just like... I called him a dickhead like 5 times, but it was all funny dickhead.
Yeah. Yeah, he showed his powers very well in this one episode. He established himself as a character very well in this episode. Yeah, like, mostly being a dickhead, but, like, to us it was entertaining.
Like, sorry, we said he a couple of times in the original cartoon. He was presented as a dude, so that's going to take a bit adjusting too. We're aware he's there now, and that's fine.
Yeah, it's only shown up in the post credits as well, though, because like nobody refers to them as like one way or the other anyway.
Yeah. I think they called him he early on because they were presenting as Professor X, and they were like, "Stop being a dick." But like, even in the original fucking cartoon, we get introduced to Morph because Morph is turning into other people and being a dick.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm passing it out. Morph gets it from me. How about you? Who gets your MVP?
I'm giving it to Aurora Monroe, Storm herself, because god damn it, I'll say it again, I'll say it until I'm blue in the face, they gave her the fucking respect that character's moveset deserves.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, even the Sentinels gave her the respect. Omega level threat detected. Just as she's about to glass an entire desert.
Storm is a problem solver, and the problem as well with Storm is it's a real double-edged sword. She could take out a lot of threats on her own, but the problem is the people who don't like mutants will point to Storm and go, see, this is why.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem. It's kind of like the Superman problem that Lex Luthor tries to pass off his bigotry as, of look at all the damage he can cause. What if he had a bad day and turned on us?
The annoying thing is Lex Luthor is right, but he goes about it in the worst way possible, because Batman has the same mindset, but instead of being a dick about it, he just goes, Superman has one obvious weakness, which I'm going to keep on me at all times in case he goes batshit.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a plan for everyone, including himself.
Oh, yeah. And I love the reveal in the Justice League of, you're not so it's Superman asking him as well, which makes it even better. It's just like, surely you're not big-headed enough to not make a plan for yourself. And he went, I made a plan. My plan for me is the Justice League.
Yeah.
But it's one of those as well. It's always a heartfelt moment early on in the connection between Bruce and Clark, where it's been done a few times, but I think it was again one of the newer Justice League cartoons where Batman quits the League because he's just fed up, because that's how Batman be. And as he goes off,
but he still funds them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And as he goes to leave, Superman just gives him a tiny box lined with lead and says, "Here's a bit of kryptonite," and goes, "If anyone needs it, it's you. I trust you to take care of this if I ever go, And Batman will smile and say thanks and then go off, and then you as a watcher are just like, oh, that's sweet. He already had some. Enough gushing about Batman, a completely unrelated fucking franchise. That was X-Men 97. We're both pretty high on the first episode. Go out and watch it. It's on Disney+. We're probably going to binge it at some point.
Yeah.
And yeah, join us again next week for, more proper newish shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Comment section down below. But if you're not watching via YouTube...
Yeah, nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com.
Yeah, okay. That's everything. Bye, guys.
Ta-ra.